Okay, I built the Lucky 7 Casino in Survival Bedrock Minecraft. No creative was used, no mods, pure vanilla. This took me 3 months to build. It has multiple working redstone contraptions inside, and it has all sorts of mini games founded online. Inspired from Fallout, has differences, but it has that casino feel. So first of all, what I did is I finished the highway that gets to the Lucky 7, and I built a portal. It took me 2.5 months to 3 months getting the design inside and building the casino from scratch. I used different resources online. I found some online casinos that were built by people, and I was trying to get the scale right. So there was an image of the Lucky 38 from Fallout New Vegas, and people recreated that a 1-to-1. There are some differences I made. So I called it the Lucky 7 instead of the Lucky 38 because it has differences on the outside, and I changed some shapes. The top is a copy, the middle is a copy, the middle outside is changed a little bit, and okay, I'm getting attacked. Okay. Okay, I gotta get my axe. So there was an online picture of somebody built a really large scale megabit one, I think in creative, and I really liked the way he built it, and I try to copy it as I can to get the shape right out of stone. So once I built it out of stone, I started building the inside. After I finished the outside of the casino, I started texturing it with colors, making it right with concrete, checking if it looks good from the outside, and make sure the lights light up all the sections so it doesn't have just dark spots all over. After I finished the path. After I finished the path, I retextured it and added lamps so it turns up at nighttime, so you can have like a walkthrough of the casino. So when you spawn at the portal, which I filled it up with ice, so when you walk down, you get to the casino. It is up to build height. So that was one of the things I did first, is when I was building this, I made sure that the skeleton I built, it has the correct proportions to build height. Okay, I should have went to sleep before I started this. Okay, so called it the Lucky 7. There were some images online of this design, which I really liked. So I copied that, made the outside look nice. Getting the proportions was difficult. I built a base out of stone, so I built it up. So it's pretty much the same on all sides. The skeleton took a week to build. Okay. Skeleton took a week to build out of stone. And then after that, it took a few months gathering materials, planning out the inside, and then the last thing I did was the retexturing. Okay? Okay. I'm gonna go inside because these guys keep attacking me. Okay, so the door was actually the last thing I did, is I added the door at the last moment. It was a 5x5 door. And it looked pretty good, but the problem is I couldn't open from the other side, and I thought it was really important to open a door from both sides. So the mechanism is hidden inside. Okay. 3x3 I think still beats all doors, honestly. So it's just simple iron door. You can open it from both sides and close it from both sides. I think 3x3 still is the best. Okay. For the inside, I used different sources from different websites and different casinos in real life to get inspired of what I wanted on the color texture and the feel of how the casino should look. It should definitely feel like a casino because I wanted that kind of dark wood, black rock type of feel, so it's not too dark. I didn't use black concrete because I thought it was too dark, but with this, you can actually texturize the roof and like the walls. So these are the tables. Used candles because I thought it was a good way to design the chips, you know, pots, so it looks like an actual casino table. I had to get a lot of copper. I actually destroyed a trial chamber before this, and there was a lot of copper in that. So I used all that copper from the trial chamber to get the roof because there was a lot of copper that needed to be done. Copper bulbs, a lot of copper bulbs have to be built for this roof because I thought it gets that feel of like a hallway of a casino that like lights up when you walk by. So I also designed it with terracotta, you know, end rods, used pretty much all the most expensive lights. Frog lights pretty much make up a large portion of the casino. So the frog lights are all over the place in the roofs, above the grates, plus the copper in between the corners. Okay. Also, most of the builds are from YouTube people like Tomco, Omledu, and lots of other sources. When I built all these machines and all these actual playable casino games. For example, the waterfall. The waterfall is from a YouTube video which I really liked, and I thought it looked pretty casino-y, so you can actually see the items falling down, and actually like you could watch it go down. There is a dropper elevator, which I built in the back. So it's on a constant loop. So the trick is the dropper elevator doesn't actually do any extra clicks. So it's just one click from the one at top. So if I didn't have the dropper elevator and I had a bubble elevator, there would be like 20 clicks because it would be just so much clicking happening. So the dropper elevator allows it just one clicking, so it's not that annoying. So it's on a constant loop. Okay. I also use mushrooms for the floor, for the carpet, terracotta, in between glowstone here, more terracotta. So everywhere I try to use as much as expensive materials as possible. Okay, so I built chests. It was from a different YouTube video. These banners. I had to follow a banner pattern to make the different pieces. So you can make chess and checkers. Again, I didn't build this, design it actually. I followed the design from people on YouTube, different people. Okay, so you can actually play chess here, play that. On the corners, I used a very different roof design with the copper grates. And then there's black glass, and there's also frog lights above it. So I use yellow frog lights everywhere for the warmth of the colors of a casino. Okay. So here's the first game, Texas Hold'em. So I have like a bunch of all these different games inside the casino with rules, explaining how to play each game. So you can actually play it, and it actually works. The card shufflers I think is from Omledu I used. So I had to completely build the system. Underneath there's a bunch of redstone everywhere that actually shoots out the cards, and all the cards are named by paper, so you can actually physically play all the games with these lights on. So I can actually tell, yeah, these are the lights with the games. Okay, so that's blackjack. Okay, slot machines. I think it's from Omledu's design also, or Tomco, or a different YouTuber, I forget to mention. So yeah, these are the slot machines. There was a different one from Silence video, I remember, but his was a very small design. This is a design a little bigger, and I recommend this one because actually it can filter out the diamonds, and it can actually make it that you can get more rewards or less rewards. So I set it to 3 diamonds. So you put the diamonds in, and you can play it, and it's actually pretty good. I like this one. Okay, I think this one's from Tomco, the roulette table that actually works. The redstone underneath takes around 2 hours to build, but it is worth it. I've tested it out many times. I actually particularly like this roulette table. It's hard to make, but I particularly enjoy it. Here, I'll show you quickly how it works. Okay. Okay, so you pick a color you want. So for example, I want black. Okay, I want black. So yeah, it works. It actually works on the obsidian, the whole system underneath it, and it takes diamonds. I'm actually thinking I'm gonna win this one. Come on. Oh, I actually won. Okay. And you get 2 diamonds back. So yeah, I like the roulette table. It's one of the best, I think. Okay, we have a different game here, Blackjack. The other one was Texas Hold'em. This is Blackjack. Also, yeah, card shuffler with the name paper, so you can actually play. Some people play with banners, but I did with paper. Rules written down, how to play each table, if anybody wants to join and play that. Okay. Okay. This is a rolling of the dice game, Craps, where you have to actually roll the dice. And there was a video of, you know, when you push the button, it actually randomizes and it shoots a different redstone block up there, so you can tell which light. I like this one. This one actually works really well. 4, 3. So you can actually just sit here and just play this game as long as you want. I recommend this one. Again, I think Dude did that one. Most of his redstone contraptions are in this casino. This is the grand jackpot design of his. Again, if you win, this time you get all the stuff in the slot machine. So it's all the diamonds. So as much as you put in, it all gives back. I like that one. Okay, so for the middle, I used different designs. The terracotta design, I actually found a video, well, not a screenshot on YouTube, a screenshot on Reddit actually, of somebody doing the one design like this. And I could have designed one that I like, but I really like this particular design. So I decided, what happens if I copy that multiple times? And multiple go around the whole thing. And then I decided, what if I build a dome? It was actually originally lava, but the lava texture didn't look that good. So I decided if I build it out of lava, maybe it'll look good, but then I had to change it to frog lights, and I think the frog lights must look much better. So that's black glass and frog lights. Okay, the middle has a top like this. I used lots of blackstone, probably like 20 shulkers of blackstone to get all the walls right. Okay, the middle right now is like this. You know, it's a simple design. Used like that. Basalt. Also for the columns, I think there was an image online for a Moroccan casino, and they had a middle slightly like this, and there were staircases leading from the sides, and they had these white columns. And I was like, that's really interesting. Now the top didn't have a dome. I added the dome because I liked it, and they had a different design, of course. So I was like, I really want a good design. So I combined the multiple of these designs with the glowstone, and I think it turned out pretty well. You know, so when you walk in, it feels casino-y. That was the goal. That was the goal. So you walk up, go like this. The pattern is actually the same. It took around a week and a half to get the pattern right, because each one has to be particularly placed in order to get each one right. But they're all identical, so when you look at it from a distance, the same color pattern is always replicated. So whoever designed this pattern on Reddit, I think he did a really good job with that. Okay. So for the first of all, I designed it with just the walls first. Before I added all the casino games, I added all the walls first. And I added a palm tree also. And then after I did the roofs with the not the glowstone, the frog lights, I did that. And then I started added the actual games. So the top games, I have rock, paper, scissors. Simple game, but fun. Okay. You can play it. I wonder if I can win this. It's random because there's a redstone clock that has to be constantly in loop. Can I actually win this? I'm determined to win this. Okay, there we go. And you get a reward. I put gold ingots, but you could put like diamonds. Again, one of this design is from YouTube. That's how I turn it off. Okay. For this floor, I used dried kelp because I wanted a different design from the first floor, which used the red mushroom blocks. So like I wanted kind of like slightly green, but the main casino colors is red, black, and green. Brown a little bit, yeah, and white. I tried to do less white because it does come out through the quartz and a little bit through the pillars. But so this time I decided to use dried kelp. Took a while to cook all the kelp, but I cooked it. Okay. I use a little copper here also. Okay. This design is also from YouTube. The Wheel of Fortune. I only could find one video of the Wheel of Fortune. It had a little problem because on Bedrock it didn't really work, so I had to change the system up a little bit with the redstone lamps and observers because the system around it clocks in a circle clockwise and it didn't work the tutorial I watched, so I was about to give up, but I changed the inside of the system with the redstone lamps and observers, which managed to fix the system a little bit, and I did a little bit of extra rewiring. So it actually works. Okay, I'll show. So you put the diamonds in. It's a good system. So I put iron blocks, diamonds, beacons, gold, TNT, shulker boxes, shulker shells. It's random, so it keeps going until it stops. So it's a completely random Wheel of Fortune. See how that works. Yes, and then it stops, and then it activates, and it pushes what you want back. So see how it sometimes keeps going because of the redstone lamps and the signals with the observers. So it's completely random. Sometimes it takes like 5 seconds, but now it seems to be taking like 25 seconds. See, this just keeps going. In the video, he used 2 shulker shells on the bottom right because the system sometimes pushes it. So I do recommend building this Wheel of Fortune design if you can find it online. He used the same pattern like this. Iron block, okay. And then you win an iron block. It's a good design. I recommend this one. It has 98% of working at a time. Sometimes it does, like when you win this, sometimes you get this. That does happen. Very rarely though, but you know, it's 98% working at a time. So I recommend that. Okay. Also decided to use terracotta floor. Lots of terracotta. Because I thought it looked casino-y. It's out of all the glazed terracottas, I think this is the best glazed terracotta. Okay. Archery race, another design. I forgot who built it, but it was a different design I found on YouTube. So you shoot the arrows, and it fills up with moss, and it activates, and then a bell goes off. It's a good design. I recommend building this one too. It's compact, so I had to build like compact machines. And this one's good. Actually, go inside and look. Okay, this I used moss because I had a lot of moss. Okay, Connect 4. Classic game. I seen a couple on YouTube build this, people on YouTube. I recommend building this one. It's very compact, it has a good design. You push the button, it falls, and you can see, and all you have to do is connect 4. It has a cleanup system. And then you collect it from the chest, you put it back. It's a good one. Okay, so that's this floor done. After I finished this floor, I decided to figure out how to move on to the next level of the casino because I wanted all the insides to be covered. So the next level of the casino was I added bubble elevators and I added ones with magma cubes. I was watching Hermitcraft and I saw somebody do this on one of the seasons. I think it was Impulse. I don't know. And they had these glass panes so it controls the water without it flowing out. And I really thought that looked good, so I added these on the corners on all the sides so you can actually tell. Okay. Okay. So this is the level in between the levels. It's like a corridor. I use basalt for the floor. Little carpet. Frog lights again. I tried to use as much frog lights yellow as possible. So yeah, green is... You can also go on these ledges. So you can actually walk around these ledges. So this is how it looks from the general view. So yeah, the columns. Again, the columns right took a while. Again, the roof to look alright. The dome kind of pushes out a little bit. The lighting was really hard to get right because you have to hide the lights inside the pillars. So in these pillars I actually have lights. That's why they give off a little bit lights. And I had to make sure no mobs spawn because apparently glazed terracotta gets dark really quickly. See, there's a lot of dark patches. Okay. There's a way to go around. Okay, so that's down. Yeah, it just pushes you down with magma. Also did a little 7 there for the design. Okay, so this is level 2. Okay, this is between the levels. It goes around in a circle, so you can go up or you can go down. And I added cactuses, and I kept the same theme of the dark oak logs. I wanted to use dark logs because I thought that looked much better than planks. Planks look good, but I think logs look more richer. And I had to get a lot of blackstone, basalt. Okay, red means you can't go down. Green means you can. Okay. So this is the restaurant level I built. So for this room alone, it took 2 weeks. I used banner signs, so you can actually like read it from a distance. Because I didn't want to just use signs, because you can't really read that from a distance, but you can read that. So I decided to put shelves. This design, it was actually mine. I was trying to figure out a good build-in to put in the middle, and I couldn't really think of anything really good. I was trying to figure out a design. So I was just placing blocks randomly, and I was like, what happens if I build like a simple squarish design, and then I kept going up and then up again. So I used the same colors as the walls. Little end rods, copper bulbs. So it's like a little restaurant. Okay. General food restaurant. Okay. I have these balconies. I also wanted to have a... Oh yeah, there's a mansion next to us. I also wanted to have balconies. Now, in the images I saw from the Lucky 38, I did see people, they didn't really have balconies in the Lucky 38. That's why this is called the Lucky 7. It's a different design, so it's a different, technically, a casino. But in his, one of the images I saw of people doing the Lucky 38, they didn't have balconies. But I thought, I really wanted a balcony so you can actually elytra fly up. So if you spawn there, where we were, you can actually elytra with one firework. Elytra firework all the way up here and just quickly get some food, and that's it. So yeah, it goes in circles. I also added these, there's a spade, diamond. I also have, there's a big spade up there. Out of iron blocks and black concrete, so it really like pops. So there's a spade up there. I thought that was a cool design. The doors. I try to figure out what to do with the doors. Okay, so yeah, the clubs, hearts. Also put 4 beacons on the side, so light it up. Yeah. Okay, we're getting there. So yeah, the roof was annoying. I had to, once I built the skeleton out of stone, I then had to fill it up inside. So I went for, again, black stone, smooth black stone. Going up, up, up. Dark oak everywhere. Lights. So yeah, mushroom stew restaurant, and then the general. I added this. You can get some mushroom stew if you want. Okay. Actually gonna go to bed, so those guys don't kill me outside. Okay. Okay. Top floor, same thing again. Just a couple of things here. Also, I have some extra mushroom guys I brought over. Only took 2-3 hours to get them here. I got a couple of extra, so it's like a little farm up here technically for extra mushrooms, guys. So you can get some stew later on if you want. Okay. So I'm pretty happy with the balconies. The balconies actually turned out pretty well. There's actually lights hidden in all the walls, so it actually is very carefully lighting the place up so no mobs can spawn, because mobs can actually spawn very easily in this place. So everything's very lit up. Like there's lights there hidden, there's lights in the walls that are hidden. There's actually lights sometimes under the chairs that are hidden, like here. There's actually a really dark patch here, so I hid lights right under here, so you can't see it, but it's well lit up. Okay. I think that covers this floor. So yeah. Just add a glass. Behind glass here. Some food. Okay. Could walk around here. But this one sells the mushroom stew. So I added spicy. Brown mushroom stew, suspicious stew, put it behind glass. I thought it looks good, you know. Okay, so yeah, green means you can go down, and red means you can't go down. So it's easy to tell, because if you have to run around, you could be like, oh yeah, red, I can't go that way. So I have to go green. Oh yeah, green I could go up, green I could go down. So I did it like that. Okay. So I'm pretty happy the way this building worked out. Okay, moving on. So for this level, I decided to build shops. For the shop level, I decided to have a shop because I never really had a shop on this world, but I decided to have shops because it's a casino. It should have shops. So actually, the design for the shops, I was inspired from Hermitcraft videos, because they always have shops in the shopping district. So I was like, you know, that's pretty interesting. I would love to add a shop. And I think it was one of the seasons somebody had their chests like this. I don't know who it was, but they had, I think it was, currently he's doing the Rome project right now in season 11. I can't, Corrales, I think it's Corrales, yeah. And he had his chest like this. And they always have, with emeralds, they name tag, or they name it with anvils, how much they want to sell everything. So I decided to do that. 2 diamonds per sponge. Sponges are rare. They're very expensive. So I decided to have a design like this, and then I was like, what happens if I have another layer? So it's 2 floors of shops, and each shop sells their own stuff. So this is the books. This I think was inspired by Impulse's shop, where he had like books like this, and he had everything named, and I was like, that's really interesting. You know, you can see straight away what you want. You can be like, oh, I want Mending 5 times, and you know, he also had, I think, had 3 diamonds per book. I tried to keep the prices fair. Loyalty. So I really liked how the way he did this, so you can straight away see what you want to buy. So yeah, I want to buy channeling, I want to buy fire aspect, I want to buy respiration, and just leave the area, and that's it. I also have various. So this actually sells everything, a little bit of everything. So I have shulkers, and in each shulker I have like different stuff. So I have like bamboo, ominous bottles, totem, soul sand sniffer. So if anybody wants to join, they can like buy stuff. So I recommend building stuff like this in your world. It definitely helps. Okay, got ocean. We were already ocean. Okay. So I tried to keep the floors the same on each level, so it's consistent with the colors. Because I did have an idea at the beginning. Oh, I'll change the floor of each, the colors on each floor. I'll be like, oh, this will have orange terracotta, or brown terracotta, or green terracotta. But I thought I'll just keep the same design. So it looks like carpet. It looks like casino carpet. Okay, armory. So if you want to buy some stuff, you could be like, oh yeah, 2 diamonds. So yeah, this was inspired from Hermitcraft. That was that. But for the design of these buildings, I was trying to figure out something small enough so you can actually hide the structure, but big enough so you can actually walk in and see around. Actually, I had more signs here, but because there were so many signs in the area, it actually caused very serious lag, because I'm on Bedrock, so there's a lot of lag that was causing here. So I had to remove a lot of signs and a lot of glow signs because there was a lot of shelves everywhere and it just caused so much lag. So I had to put everything in barrels, which it's still good. You can still see what's inside. Be like, oh yeah, chests, oh leather. Oh, I just want to buy some chests. You go in, there's chests, it tells the price. So I kept simple on that. Okay, we'll put that back. I like how these are on like this incline. So you can be like, okay, you can push it a little bit, but they're always on an incline. So I like this. I added 2 up off. I thought it looked good. Okay, level 2 shops. Okay, end gear. So if you want to send everything from the end is here. So yeah, shulker shells is here. Elytras, had to get extra elytras for this. And rods, all that stuff is here. Nether stuff, everything from the nether. So upgrades, golden blocks, netherite ingots if you want to buy it for diamond. You could look down. Okay, potions if you want potions. Community for community people. Okay. For the roof, I just did black concrete. I was gonna do a design with different styles up here, but I thought the basic is just keep it black. Can keep it basic. So it doesn't really have a pop of a design, but I thought when you look at it, it doesn't really stop you from enjoying anything, because I thought if I have too many designs, it won't look that good. So I just kept the black concrete, which is really rare. I don't usually keep it just clean black concrete. I usually add a design. But for this, I just decided I'll just keep it that way. I think it worked out pretty well. Okay, now we go to the top floor, the VIP. Now the top floor VIP, I had to fit everything inside, like in the Lucky 38. But I decided to add some stuff from my own design. So everything here, I was like, okay, how do I compress more games and more design? We're on level 291 right now. Okay, so I have coin flip. Come on. Come on. Okay. There we go. Coin flip. Again, this place really had a lot of mob spawning in, so I had to hide lights everywhere in the walls, in the roofs, make sure that it's well lit up because it just got very dark here for some reason. Button game from YouTube, again, very good. I recommend that. I think Omeledu did that. Here I have Baccarat, again. You can play it with multiple people, different cards. I have Casino War. Where's Casino War? Casino War, rules for each game. The redstone's hidden underground here. Okay, I'll show. It's raining, so I can actually fly now. So you can go on the balcony. I added these lights. Okay. Okay, so this is how it looks from outside. So the image I found on YouTube, somebody also did this style of the Lucky 38. He used red and the colors and I think it was light gray concrete. And I really like that texture. I thought I can't really improve upon that design, you know. It's simple and I used a lot of stone also, so I could just keep the stone design, but add a little light gray concrete to it. So I didn't really change the colors. This is still gray concrete. Still, this is stone. This is that. So it has that look. I didn't put on elytra. I did not put on elytra. Oh my god. So it is up to build height. Just barely I made it to build height. Just barely. Now, in the YouTube image that I saw, his one had a very point to the top, but I actually ran out of height limit, so it's 320 height limit. But I just managed to get to the top and round it off. Still, it has that point. But his is like a little bit taller. He has like a red one, which I thought was really good. I wanted to do a red one, but I just kept it on the simple light gray design and stone design. Okay. Go here. So I did the roof with the gold. A little bit of gold. Not too much gold, but a little bit. I did get inspired from the actual Lucky 38 from Fallout New Vegas. He had like these lights hanging down from the sides. And I was like, yeah, that's really cool. And the image online of the actual Lucky 38 1-to-1 replica also had these. And I wanted to light up these areas, I just didn't figure out how. So I just said, okay, I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna have these also. So it has the reminiscence of the Lucky 38, but it's not exactly a 1-to-1 of the Lucky 38. It's still like the Lucky 7. It's a different design. Okay. Also, I wanted to add a music room, but I didn't have space, so I had to actually go down here and add a music room. So here I have a working piano I built from a YouTube video. Again, I think it was Omludu. Again, I think this was his. I recommend watch his channel. He has a lot of good mini games. So here you can actually play piano with actual real life notes. There's no blocks in the back that actually can tune it. So if you're bored, you can play it. And you can switch it to electrical. This one, I don't know who did this. I think it was Tomko. I think the YouTuber Tomko, an automatic jukebox where it automatically keeps playing all the music discs. I have a bunch of music discs. And it just keeps playing on repeat all the music discs back to back. So if I pull the lever, it just keeps playing the music back to back. And every time I come up here, music plays. Okay, that's the music room. Okay, so I think this floor is done. Okay. Sorry, this is the button game. I'll just show you how it works really easily. You're supposed to match the light with this button. So when this lights up, you have to hit this. And if you hit it correctly, a bell goes off. So I'll try to do this one more time, see if I get this. And the bell goes off. I like this one. This one's a simple one. I managed to fit it in right between the walls because that was the trick. I need to have the walls and make sure it doesn't go over the wall and underneath the redstone hides. So that was tricky. I had to really like make sure it doesn't go over the wall. Sometimes it did, so I had to like push out the walls just a little bit, but it doesn't push out like the redstone goes all the way out here, and there's no way to walk through here because I wanted to walk through this area. So the redstone hides pretty well because his design, I think it was Omladu's design, his redstone has either the back one or the underground one. And I chose the underground redstone, so there's a lot of redstone there. I recommend watch that. Okay, top floor. Okay. So up here, I decided to split off the roof again, the walls, into 4 sections. Yeah, it's reminiscent from the Lucky 38. He also had like these walls splitting off the sides. Okay, so here I have an aquarium. I decided to add a big aquarium this time with a lot of different fish. And I decided to go to that region, get some fish. Only took 2 hours. And I had to grab all the fish, bring them back, put them in here, name tag all of them. And they're just floating around. I might kill that other salmon. I feel there's those 2 big salmon, I might kill one of them. I'm not sure about the second one because they always follow the same route. I might kill them, but I like the other fishes. Apparently, I did have axolotls here, but the axolotls started killing all the fish. Did not know that. Axolotls kill fish a lot. Apparently, they kill all the fish. So I had to redo that. Okay. A little museum. I thought a little museum up here could do a little well. Everything I have from 2023 to 2026. Lava chicken. Sniffer egg. Beacon. First pickaxe, elytra, all that stuff. This floor has a little higher ceiling than the previous floor, so these are a little bit longer. But they managed to give off enough light so mobs don't spawn. When the rain falls here. I also added these lights. So here would be just enough light so mobs don't spawn. So these are actually very important lights because if there isn't, you have like 50 creepers spawn on these ledges. This one was also from YouTube. Automatic bar potion. So all you have to do is push the button and they're tileable and you can have them next to each other. The hard part is putting the ingredients inside the droppers. From here, you have to like get on a scaffolding and put them in. Okay, so all you have to do is push the button, and it automatically brews all the ingredients. There's a bunch of the ingredients, and it gives you all of them here. Okay, I also have a book. As I had a book. All the potions, because I kept tired of going on YouTube, so I decided to write down all the potions and all the ingredients, so I could be like, night vision, I need a bunch of golden carrots and dust and nether wart, or regeneration. So I decided to add that. I think it looks like a bar. I think I was inspired from a real casino bar where it had these type of lights all over the place. So I was like, what happens if I add a bunch of end rods and keep it in a circular fashion? Also the banners, I think it turned out well. I recommend building these automatic ones. Saves a lot of time brewing. Instant health, invisibility, especially invisibility and night vision, these take a lot. And Harmon takes a lot of ingredients, a lot of fermented spider eyes. Okay, got a room here. I don't know if House had a room, but I definitely remember, I think he had a bedroom. I don't remember, did he? And then the aquarium. And that is all the levels of the casino. That is, I think, all of it. So pretty much it looks like the Lucky 38 from certain angles, but it has a completely different structure and design on certain areas. For example, this middle part, that is a completely different design I added. The middle here is a little different. Yeah, now it has balconies. I kept it with the stone as the classic color. Also, I think it looks really good from up here because it snows. So when it rains, it actually snows up here. So when you walk through and avoid all those, and you come down, or even glide down, it reveals in the light the Lucky 7. Okay, and that is the Lucky 7 Casino mega build. 2.5 months, almost 3 months of gathering resources, trying to get the measurements right, trying to get these right. Actually, getting these the correct way is really hard because they all have to be the correct size, so one doesn't look less than the other. And I think that is it. For the lights, there's also a couple of layers of frog lights there, and a couple of layers of red glass and orange glass to get that window feel, so it looks like windows at nighttime. So there's actually red glass, orange glass, shroom lights, and frog lights. A lot of green frog lights were used to get that. So that is, I think, it. Okay. That is the end of the video. Just gonna leave it on this image like that.